So like when you have like this type of shit like going on, you know what I mean? And, like they fucking like when you're trying to get home and then you have these cars like mobs, whatever, and shooting that shit towards you, your body's heating up. It's frustrating. So anyways, I would like fuck, you know what I mean? Like and then I put on like music because music always calms me out, just mellows me out and chills me out. So I put on a song and then like it wouldn't even be that late or nothing like that. I'll just blast it up. All of a sudden like there's something to do with their this communication shit or whatever that people are doing when they come within close to each other. They're like talking, like it's fucking weird, man. Like I don't even explain the shit because yes, most people probably try to discredit me or say like, oh, you fucking no, like this is flat out. I've seen people even within their vehicles communicating like this and making the movements right in front of me, doing the things that they're saying right in front of me. People fucking talking this shit right in front of me, like it's like no one knows that I hear it, and like, and if they find out, they fucking look shocked. They look shook. They're like, what the fuck? So like, you know what I mean? It's like, yo, I don't even know why the fuck I'm doing this shit, but somehow I'm hearing it all, you know. And that's what's helped me through all this targeting shit. Is there's a lot of different things that are helping me actually, but anyways, like so I hear that right, and then once I hear that, and then that guy from down the street with that black truck, whatever, fucking hear him come over here to her place and he's like, what's going on? What's up now? Or whatever, oh shit. And then you hear her talking to him and then explaining some shit, which once like I notice I focus myself and they notice that oh he hears us or something like that, all of a sudden it just fades away and then I can't hear shit all of a sudden. I'm like, what the fuck? So they're like talking about something, right? And then next thing you know, this fucking loud buzzing starts coming through the fucking wall and here, and then my dog, he's just constantly has his ears back, like when dogs hear something or whatever, but the ears back. And he's sitting there and he has like this like look on his face of like concern but like stress, like what the fuck is that? My dad, multiple people come to my house and they're like, what the fuck is that buzzing noise? I don't know, but it doesn't stop, and if you go closer to this fucking wall, it gets louder. So, when I would do things like, I guess, like music or whatever else, like, they would try different techniques on trying to hit me with shit harder that would, like, fuck with you. People that came into my house from this fucking humming noise or whatever, for some fucking reason, it would make them pass out. It makes everyone pass out. Like, they'll be sitting there and I'm chilling, right, for like 5 minutes. All of a sudden, they're like, whew, heads nodding down and shit. And like it's happened to my dad. Like, these are people that don't even, like, they're not on no drugs, nothing. Like, they're just completely normal fucking people coming into my house and all before that. And I'm ready to sit down within 5 minutes. They're like, and it's like they go into a deep fucking sleep. Like they can't fight it and stay awake. And I'm like, fuck, man, like, what is this shit? But for some fucking reason, all these attacks that are being done with people that I brought around or that I'm pushed towards other people, these attacks don't affect me severely or the ways how they want them to towards me, like they do to everyone else. It's fucking weird. Like there's certain things like I've literally watched people do it right in front of me. Like if their brain was just numbed out and they're not even realizing what the fuck they're doing. And like for one is like I got a buddy here, Jimmy, chilling, and all of a sudden like this cast, like this face is like casted over with like this psychopathic looking fucking face. And he just, like, was giving me, like, these fucking, like, evil look. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, he's like a little brother, like, type to me, you know what I mean? Like, and he's just sitting on the dining room table, whatever, just chilling. And then he lit up a smoke, and I'm like, what the fuck? And like, then you start, like, it's like demonized. And the next thing you know, he goes and fucking takes a cigarette and fucking busts it out in a smudge bowl. I was just, like, in complete shock. He fucking knows what it is. He fucking tries saying, like, oh, I thought it was an accident, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, like, because he's not the first person this happened to. I've seen so many people, all of a sudden it's just like they're just chilling, and then next minute I'm looking at them, they're like spaced out, and it's like something's like is like possessing over their fucking body, and everything they're about to do within their next movements is an attack towards me, and I'm not even fucking kidding you. It's attacks within ways that it literally is psychopathic fucking ways of like harming me in ways like that. Like it's wild. They start. It's like they're controlled all of a sudden. Like, you know what I mean? Anyone can discredit me. Anyone can fucking say this, that. People can laugh about this, whatever. I don't give a fuck. I know there's fucking people out there, and a lot of fucking people out there that know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about and what I'm explaining. But the like extreme that I went through with this shit, and like every single person I brought into my life or just tried to chill with or brought into my house had to go through this type of shit. And it's always like I say to everybody, just to let you know, like I'm dealing with some shit right now. Like I can't really explain. Like I'm just being fucking mobbed by these people. I'm being like stalked, harassed. People have been in my house. They destroyed my shit. They fucking destroyed my clothes. They fucking stolen shit from like literally sugar to maple syrup to ketchup to fucking whatever it is. They fucking will empty the whole bottles right out, whatever the shit is, all the way. So there's just like maybe like 5% of whatever it is left. And to be honest, like those were starting ways of draining me of my money. To like everything. They're draining out the oil, the transmission fluid out of my cars. They're fucking with my brakes on my cars. Constantly having to go get oil top-ups. Like I have all the receipts. There was no oil leaks. Like I had everything checked. Like have all this paper trail, all this shit. But everything in my house was fucked, wasn't sabotaged. They had my fridge fucking rigged up that they could turn it off and on whenever the fuck they want. When they turned it on, then the fridge is running this shit that would push this like louder noise, but it puts pressure on your head. And it was doing it to everybody that was in my house, putting pressure on that. And I'm like, what the fuck? And when I left, I went to London, whatever, came back, awesome, boom, fucking, my fridge was on, all my food, everything rotted out, fuck, I had to throw it out. Second time I go away, same shit, come back, fridge is off, everything's rotted out. I'm like, fuck this, I'm not even gonna use this fucking fridge. So I told housing, it was like, they didn't fucking believe me. They're like, oh, it's a new fridge, blah, blah, blah. Well, if you didn't have fucking people doing whatever they're fucking doing to the shit, it wouldn't be like this. So give me a new fridge. This new fridge is even worse with this whole humming, buzzing fucking shit. And how it literally is like a noise cancellation, but it puts a pressure on your like temples, but your eyes too at the same time. And everyone says the same thing. And when it turns off, it's just like a relieving, like, it's like, holy fuck, like, you know, like my furnace is fucking controlled. That like, pretty much all through the night, I can't even turn on the heat or anything like that. And it'll show that like what the temperature is. I'll turn it right up, and it's like it's locked to like not turn on. They fucked with my furnace in all different ways. It's showing like there's all these spots they've cut out within the vents. They put up a fake fucking ticket thing saying that I had duct cleaning done. I never had duct cleaning done here, which like I needed done. I requested for it. They put up another thing saying that the furnace has been serviced. It has not been fucking serviced. The hot water tank. Somehow the fucking like supposedly like it does happen though. Like the exhaust pipe does pop off, but what it was is that they popped it off and then they cut the fucking pipe really short so that like it literally when I go to reattach it, it's been cut, so like it doesn't want to stick and stay. It just wants to keep popping off because it's been cut. For the longest time, I didn't even realize what the fuck was going on. I was coming to my house and then kept burping and burping, and I'm like, why the fuck am I keep burping? It was weird. So and then like, a lot of times I'd always leave because I didn't want to be in here, because there was times that also my house would have this hazy, foggy fucking shit that I couldn't figure out where the fuck it was coming from. So what the fuck was this thing? So anyways, I ended up calling like Kitchener Utilities or whatever about gas leak thing or whatever. So they came in here, they checked everything, and then seeing that it was the exhaust pipe thing or whatever. So the guy even like tried to force it in, and then he fucking took like the clamp thing that's like around it, tightened it up, said that should be good, and sure enough, it was good, and that's what was happening with this whole like fogginess in the air and everything else. But so I ended up going away, and I went to my dad's place for a couple of days. I come home, and I was in my place for like 5 minutes, and then that burping shit came out, and I'm like, what the fuck, are you for real? So immediately I go downstairs, I check the hot water tank, and yeah, the fucking exhaust pipe was off on the thing. I'm like, how the fuck could that like be? Like, yeah, it's cut, so it's like it doesn't want to stay within flush of it, but that guy fucking like tightened it right on. So I fucking went tighten back on, and then I had this stuff that's like steel tape or whatever. So I went and wrapped that around it, and yeah, since then it's fixed the problem. But it's just shit like that, like so like my fridge being fucked with, furnace, all my Bluetooth devices, my computer hacked, phones hacked, like literally like so fucking hacked up and so fucked with that I can literally go on my phone and show anybody within the hacks and even the apps and everything else and what they're trying to run on, and how amateur it is, that how they just fill in certain areas that need to be filled in to like say like where it's from, where they are, what it is, all of the shit. And they just like, it's fucked. Google Play Services was one of the main hacks. It has like 228 permissions. The 228 permissions literally can hold my text messages. I'm just a user. I'm not the actual main administrator to my phone, to my plan. The main administrator has to approve all my text messages, can hold my text messages, deny my text messages, can approve my phone calls, deny my phone calls, and hold my phone calls, can turn on my location without user knowing, can turn on hotspot without user knowing, can turn on file share, can turn on Wi-Fi, can connect me to other Wi-Fi networks without user knowing, can pretty much do everything you can fucking think of without you knowing. And you're looking at your phone, and you'll see things on the top, and it'll show like if you're connected to this and this and this, like you have Bluetooth on, then you're connected to this. Your phone is cloned, I guess is what it is too. And they're literally controlling your phone, but everything you're seeing on your phone is just fake. Like you think that you're looking at this, but you're not. When you're connected to a Wi-Fi, you'll be on that Wi-Fi, but within you not looking, all they do is like match the name of your Wi-Fi. They knock you off of your Wi-Fi that you're on, and then your phone will bounce on to the Wi-Fi that they want you to connect to, which is the same name, because when you have an auto reconnect, your phone will auto reconnect to that name. So when they auto reconnect to there, once you're connected to their fucking router shit, which is my neighbor that's attached to me, because she's the only closest one that could do it, that then they really fucking sabotage your fucking accounts, everything else. So once they do that, then everything's just fucked right up. Like, then they got it from, like, your SIM card to, like, you know what I mean, IMEI number, like, all that other crazy shit. The other crazy thing about the Google Play services permissions that's on it, it literally even says, too, within cars that have Wi-Fi, it says that it has, like, a password, it literally, like, because you have to enter in the password to the Wi-Fi, so right away it, like, starts to hack the Wi-Fi within the vehicle. And when it does that, it even takes control. It says it can take control of the steering, braking, and acceleration of your vehicle. It can take control of your headlights. It can take control of four-way signals. It can take control of heated seats, air conditioner, heating, radio, without user knowing too, all this shit. It can take control of everything. And it's pretty fucked up, because, like, if you ever think of it, like, someone failed or someone really wanted to do something really fucked up, and when this connects to your Wi-Fi within your car, and then now these fucking weirdos want to fucking now control your vehicle, like, what if all of a sudden they just lock right into your steering? Like, I know, like, you could, like, just shut your car off, but, like, just that one yank on your steering wheel could really, like, fuck you up. Like, say on the highway or something like that, you know, like a phone is literally linking to your vehicle, because our vehicles are all run through, like, computer, and everything's so controlled now that the real hack is Google Play services. And I'm not saying everyone's phones is like that, but mine is, and the security patch update for it is 2008. I can't get it any higher on my phone. So with the 2008 security update being the only thing, clearly they can fucking do whatever the fuck they want. All the apps that I downloaded within my phone are the 2008 security patch update. It's fucked up. Actually, it's not all apps. It's only the apps that they want to have within the control that have the 2008 security update. Factory reset does fuck all. Done that plenty of times. All it really does is there's a lot of people that come around me. They do, like, this thing, they connect within my phone. A lot of times I always have, like, my Bluetooth on, so whenever I notice these people drive past me within their vehicles, the more they actually end up coming by me, the more fucking my phone's just going crazy. It could be from, like, just me listening to music, and then they're, like, shouting out words and saying shit in the songs, fucking with the audio within the songs, trying to create their own playlist. Like, if I don't pick a song, and then they're gonna create playlists for me of, like literally things that you're doing just to, like, be like, what the fuck, and it's like just to, like, try to trip you out. Like, you know, it's just so fucked that, like, you just see that these people are literally sitting there paying so much attention to you and watching you, everything you're fucking doing, that it's just like, it's not normal human behavior of what these people are doing. It's literally, it's fucked up. So that's where all this fucking weird shit really, I don't know, like, there's so much more within the stuff around my home, but that's pretty much, like, another thing is, someone was throwing antifreeze in my backyard. They were putting on paper towel, and I never knew this, but dogs are attracted to antifreeze. My buddy Cody came here, and I was explaining this to him actually in the car. Sure enough, we go in my backyard and we have a smoke, and I was like, yeah, I was like, fucking, I found it, like, you know what I mean, over there in the back corner, and I seen him, and he was, like, licking the shit, and when he was doing it, his jaw was jittering, like weird, and then, like, saliva was, like, foaming out of his fucking mouth, and his brain, like, it sounds fucking, it was convulsing. It was like, and I thought like, from how much it was convulsing, I don't know how, like, his brain didn't, like, just, like, it was fucked. It wasn't normal. So I was like, what the fuck, you know what I mean? I'm yelling, like, come here, like, what the fuck? So then I see on paper towels this fucking antifreeze shit. So when we were hanging out there, I'm like, you know what? It looks like fucking some of that shit's right there. So He runs out there and grabs it, and he's like, yeah, he's like, that's antifreeze. He's like, fucking, and he explained to me that dogs are highly attracted to fucking antifreeze and shit. And if you want to try to kill your dog, that's what they'll fucking do. After he explained that shit to me, I'd never seen any more of that shit being thrown in my backyard. But then after that, over at the one tree, and then to where my shed is, and then over to halfway down like my backyard to my neighbor's fence, there's these 3 fucking spots that he kept running to and licking, and it was on the ground, and he started doing that shit with like jittering, foaming out of his mouth, and his brain convulsing. So it made me think that instead of throwing it on paper towel, they just went back there and they poured it in these 3 specific spots in my backyard to try to kill my dog. People have come into my house, beat the shit out of him. I come back, he's terrified. I can see that he's beat up, hit. He gets tormented, like severely. He gets tormented. He's terrified when I leave. I know he would protect himself truly if it came down to like they were trying to really do something to him, but they're literally beating him. I've come back and like he's had like bruises, marks on him, just shaking, like, you know what I mean, like just fucked up. I'm not saying it happens every single time, but there's been times that's been more severe than others. Like he goes through it a lot. Sometimes, like, even recently, it feels like he goes through a lot more here at the house than I do. And that's just through, like, signals and weird buzzing stuff. When we go and leave, if I go try to walk him, a lot of people will, like, just pop out of nowhere. Like, if I'm biking, I'll never motherfucking see them. Or these dogs. But all of a sudden, if I'm talking, like, oh, Kayla, want to go for a walk, whatever, and it's about 20 minutes or so before I leave my house, all of a sudden I go out there, there's fucking goddamn every dog in Fairview area in front of us in our tracks, because they know that he's not fixed, and they know that he's a little bit more amped up, so they just do is try to bug him out. It's just so many different fucking things that like goes through. So I'm just like focusing. I don't know if those police. I think those police left or whatever. But I was just curious about what they're doing, because I seen those investigators go to that house, and it was the house that I was actually fucking just talking about. Pretty sure it was, but I'm just curious about that fucking guy, man, because like if it's like late at night, like right now, like if I go out and I try to just go for a bike ride, I get severely mobbed by like these people, and it's just I just try to avoid it and just try to just like ignore the shit and just stay away from it, because I don't want any more of that shit that they're fucking sending out towards me hitting my body anymore, because I know like whatever it is not healthy, is not good. It's definitely doing really bad things. There's a lot of other people that are on YouTube with their channels that are fucking on the exact same shit as me. It's just fucked. So like lately I've been liking just to go out at nighttime, and bike around. I'm gonna stop this video in like 2 minutes, but that's just what I do, because there is less traffic, but sometimes these younger ones or these fucking whatever want to just be like little goofballs, they'll just like they'll run the shit, you know what I mean? And all they really do is like they high beam you, and within every bend, every fucking corner that you come up to or intersection, they will make sure that within, as you're passing through or as a corner you're going around, boom, there's a fucking car there, fucking directly off in the distance, pointed directly at you as you come around the spot with the fucking high beams on you. You're like, what the fuck? At first it was just like, holy shit, like, how the fuck did you know, like, you know what I mean, like, but then you start to figure it out, like, especially when I was driving, there was times like, yes, I shouldn't have done this, but I would gun it, fucking just like, fuck you guys, I know you're mobbing around me, it's called boxing you in. I'd get out of that boxing fucking square shit that they do around you, boom, gone, and then all of a sudden, like, I'd get, like, you know, some distance away from them, all of a sudden you come to, like, normal, real fucking type of traffic, and and shit, right? Because they're trying to read and figure out where you're going. If you're not voicing and saying where you're going, they're gonna assume. So say if you're heading like in a direction towards like Victoria Way, they have marked down and already wrote down every place I like to eat, places I like to go, everything else. So as you're heading those directions, they have other people heading to those stores, those spots, and everything else. So if you can get there quicker than them and before them, which sometimes is quite difficult when you got like 50 to 100 cars that are making sure you don't get ahead of them, it can make it hard. Because if they do get ahead of you, and say if it's like something like Timmy's or even like Wendy's, anything like that, they will make sure that they tell these people, the employees there, that are making your food or preparing your shit, to fuck with your food. And literally it happened every single fucking time. The worst, like, honestly, I probably couldn't even tell you what the worst, because I really wouldn't know. I've probably been in situations I'm like, you know, it's whatever. But over, like, before you get on the 401 there, it's over by, like, Costco. It's the Wendys there. And I was going to London, and I went through there. All of a sudden, they caught onto it, because it would have been, like, my third time stopping at that Wendy's before I went to London. So it was like, this time they were just like, he's going to go to this fucking Wendy's. Right when I pulled and took a left at that light, just pulled in there, these fucking 3 cars just back out from the parking spots and then go right in the drive-thru. I'm like, fuck right off, you know what I mean? Like, these guys are fucking idiots. So they're there taking their fucking sweet time, ordering their food and shit. And then I order mine, I get my food, and then I go park, and then I fucking pull out my burger. What they did, so my pop was like, it was a pop, but it was water. So that right there was like, the drink was fucked. The fries were fucking like extremely fucking cold. Like if they literally want to put the shit in the freezer, like they go to the extreme max with the shit. The burger, I'm not even kidding you. They scrape grease off of the grill and put it on top of the burger. I fucking grabbed my fucking food. I went inside there. On my other fucking phone, I have the full record of the whole situation. I fucking called them out on it. I said, I know exactly what the fuck you guys are doing. I know that you guys have been pushed to do this shit. You do this for your, like, for the people of, like, so you can keep going with your life and not be targeted, and you can be accepted and live this little happy life of this bullshit that we're dealing with in this world right now. So you do these things. And I told them, they asked me if I wanted another burger. I was like, fuck no. I was like, give them my fucking money back. Like, I wasn't want my fucking money. I took pictures of all their faces. I had the video, like, not pictures, I have video of all their faces. Within the video, the guy admits and says, yes, like, you know, what I did was wrong and all this other stuff. And they told me to do this and whatever else. And it's like, you know, like, I know this. Like, I've literally been to a fucking goddamn Tim Hortons, got a coffee, and I have this green stuff floating in my coffee. Good thing, like, I fucking checked it, but, like, what it was like some sort of fucking chemical that they put in my coffee, and it was extracting from the coffee, and it was floating on the top. Because within everything I drink, to eat, to everything, I fucking, like, inspect that shit like crazy. You know, like, there's been a lot of crazy shit that happened, like, but yeah, you know what I mean, like, just within that video, like, and exposing that shit of what those guys did, and those guys are employees at Wendy's, you know what I mean, and they did this shit to my food, and not even knowing who the fuck I am, and just believing in some bullshit that these people fucking say, because when these people want to run smear campaigns or make you look fucking bad, they're talking complete bullshit. Everything, like, if they're trying to say within charges to anything about me, it's all fucking lies, man. Every fucking bit of it is lies. Within my adult record, I have a fucking utter threat. I have a breach, and that's pretty much it. My youth record, yes, like, I had a bit of a youth record. That's fucking goddamn 15 years ago. You know what I mean? I'm 30 years old now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I had a rough life as a child. But, like, so there's nothing there you can investigate me from. I was in a relationship for 10 fucking years. I just had 5 kids with my ex. I learned a trade. I became a drywall finisher. You know what I mean? We moved ourselves up to, like, end up having things in our lives that, like, I was renting, like, my own house and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, so it's, like, with TI is, like, there's videos that are posted out there. It's called the bogus investigation is what they're doing. It's investigators, and it's people impersonating investigators with fake badges and going to your family members, Because right now, like, my family, my mom and dad, literally truly think that what the fuck is going on is legit. And what they go and tell them, they say, hey, like, say they go to, like, my dad, just want to let you know, like, your son is being investigated on this, this, and this, and this. I truly don't know exactly what they're saying, but I've heard other TIs say that, like, it can be from being, like, like, fuck, like all kinds of, like a woman beater to a sex offender to a rapist to fucking terrorist to just the most extreme fucking wildest shit you could ever think of. But they go to your parents or whatever and they say like, hey, I just want to let you know they're under investigation. What was I saying? Sorry, I just had like yes, it was like, so, hey, just so you know they're under investigation, this and this and this. Yeah, you can't speak about it, you can't tell them anything about this, and if you do, that actually is like a criminal charge. You can be arrested for that, and you would be looking at jail time and all this other crazy shit. So it puts fear into these people thinking that, like, holy fuck, if I talk about this, like, I can get a fucking arrest and go to jail, and fucking all this shit. So they're like, you know what I mean? Nobody wants to go to jail, no one wants to get fucking arrested. But when you got these people and investigators or whatever else come toward you, and then now you got these people thinking like, yo, there's a fucking like sex offender, fucking this guy is a fucking, you know what I mean? Like whatever it is that they're trying to say. Like, so in your mind, you're thinking like the fucking worst of this person, but it's all fucking lies because they need to fuel up the people that they have stalking and harassing the target. So the way for them to fuel up and amp up the fucking people about it is to fucking make up lies, which is a smear campaign. A smear campaign went through this whole goddamn neighborhood here. And like I was saying from around the beginning of this, it was my neighbor and I believe the guy that has that black truck down the fucking road. Because I recognize his voice and I've heard his voice and speak of me to other people and saying within me. So you're talking shit about me. You know what I mean? Like you're making up fucking lies and shit. So, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a very, like, straight up kind of person, you know what I mean? I'll go to anyone's fucking face. I'll voice myself. I'll say how I feel. I'll call people out on shit. But when I have fucking cops goddamn denying me fucking to do a police report on, like, people coming to my house, to my vehicle for insurance, everything else, and being refused everything, I had to become my own investigator to this type of shit. So I wasn't running up on nobody. I was just sitting back, being observant, soaking it in, and just fucking seeing how it goes. And I've literally learned a lot from all of this shit. So for them to fuel up everybody, that's what it does. And then you can go on this, supposedly, like, you guys use this app or whatever. You can use this app, or you can go on this, it's like a police fucking database kind of shit. It's what it is. But it seems like from America to Canada, things are kind of like the same, but kind of like off a bit. But there's like this fake fucking profile written up of me. All these different fucking things. These people are trying to make me think. Well, they're trying to make you feel intimidated and you know what I mean? They're trying to isolate you and shit like that and make you think that like they're trying to